Dr. Oya, I do want to hit you with this one because this has been all over the news. It has been a major, major story. And I, for one, believe, the ending is going to be much of the same. Brian Flores was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins for 3 seasons from 2019 through 2021 season. Last week, he filed a lawsuit suing the NFL and 3 teams for discrimination. He sued his former team, the Dolphins, alleging discrimination in his firing, and 2 other teams, the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos, alleging discrimination in their hiring practices as well. Let's talk about this lawsuit, Dr. Ma'at.
I mean, absolutely. When it came out, Tammy, in the media that that this was happening, I mean, no one should be surprised. Again, we're dealing with a good old boys network where these things happen, where we're experiencing racism. So for me, for someone to believe that the NFL isn't, they aren't racist and this stuff is just happening. No, this is racism that we are experiencing. So when that came out in the media, Tammy, none of us were surprised. I mean, this is what the players experience day in and day out. This is a white structure. This is a white power structure. And I just kind of wanted to touch on something that Derek said earlier when he mentioned that in 2016, he said that the NFL players, because they were speaking out, that promoted Black Lives Matter. And then he mentioned Colin Kaepernick. Well, Derek, can we talk about what happened to Colin Kaepernick when he did speak out, when Colin Kaepernick did take a knee? Let's talk about what happened to him, Derek.
Sure, but if we're talking about freedom of expression, if we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick, that's fine. But we have to talk about the hundreds of other players who chose to take a knee during the national anthem who are still in the league to this very day. So there's 2 sides to that coin. Colin Kaepernick, one could argue he made a business decision. One could argue that owners did the same thing. So you have a man who was very toxic in certain circles in our country. Their fan base, you had people who were very upset with Colin Kaepernick and his actions, which they felt was being disrespectful to the flag and the anthem of the United States of America. As a business owner, putting that individual in your uniform, making him a billboard, making him a representative of your product, when up to half of your consumers can't stand him, is not the wisest business decision in the world. So I'm not willing to say there was no racist intent there on the part of the owners. I frankly don't know. But as a business decision, it's easy to understand why nobody picked his contract up.
Oh, I would definitely say that it was racist intent. In fact, you had, and let me pull this up really quickly. Hold on. Let me pull this up really quickly. Wasn't it the late Bob McNair, the late owner of the Texans, who reportedly derailed the discussion about the Kaepernick taking a knee and what was going on at the NFL at that time, when he told the other NFL owners that we can't have inmates running the prison? He likened NFL players to inmates, and he likened the NFL to a prison. Now, this is coming directly from an NFL owner.